Recently, with the news of the new Pokemon movie coming out in July, there have been rumors of a new evolution possibly being introduced. Now before you yell at me and say that there have already been credible sources that have denied this, know that this video is only speculation and it's just for fun. I get that it probably won't happen, but we can't deny that there will probably more than likely be more evolutions in the future. I also know back in 2015 I did a top 5 most wanted evolution video, very similar to this one, but back when it was super cringy and I totally didn't mess up on the stat distributions. But yeah, other than that, I really love Eeveelutions. They are definitely my favorite types of Pokemon, all of them actually. I like all of them pretty much equally, and if we were to get any kind of new ones in the future, I would be very excited. As of now, there are 10 unused typings of Eeveelutions. All of them have an equal shot, but I think for the situation we are in right now with the movie and Sylveon, I think there are only 5 ones that really stick out to me that are the most logical. That's why today, I'm going to be going over the top 5 possible ones I think we would get in Generation 8 or the future. With these 5 new evolution typings, I'm going to be going over the stat distributions they would have, possible attacks, names for them, and maybe even some new way for them to evolve. But I know with Eeveelutions, there has been a new concept of evolution every generation of how we've been introduced with them, so I'm going to try my best to come up with something cool. Also, big shout out to Really Dark and Winnie for these awesome evolutions. Go check him out in the description where he has a totally awesome Wikipedia page of all of his Pokemon. It's really cool. Guarantee you guys are going to love it. With that being said though, I think you guys know what's going on, so let's just hop right into this list and evolve. Starting off this list is a huge fan favorite of not only myself, but several other Pokemon fans. Where I do see this typing of evolution being a great one, I also think for the current situation we're in, this would be the evolution that could still be a possibility, but at the same time also be unlikely. Here's why. The new movie's concept doesn't make sense for a ghost type, and Sylveon is neither weak to ghost, nor is Fairy super effective to it. All evolution pairings have a weakness to each other. I know Gen 6 is a little odd for not introducing a second pair, but Gen 8 could sprout Sylveon's pairing. Though I state this ghost type evolution is unlikely for the new movie, I could totally be wrong and anything could happen. Game Freak may not even follow Sylveon's typing as it initially didn't get a pairing in Generation 6. But enough of that though, let's get more into the stats. I would make it a fast mixed special attacker having 130 special attack, followed by 110 speed, 95 attack, 65 special defense, 65 speed, and 60 defense. Basically, Bansheon here is super fast and can hit like a truck, but it's a glass cannon very similar to Gengar. Back in my top 5 most wanted evolutions video, I mentioned a very special way of being able to evolve the ghost type. Actually, the idea was Spectre, so mad respect for him. Basically, you would give Eevee a Reaper Cloth, or whatever kind of new evolution item they would introduce. Upon doing so, you would purposely make Eevee faint, and then that would cause the evolution into Bansheon. So basically, you kill Eevee, and it comes back as a ghost. I know it's kind of demonic, but I think it's a really cool concept, so once again, props to Spectre. I would love to see this evolution in the future at some point, or even in Generation 8, whenever. We just need a ghost type. Game Freak, get going. Coming back to what I said about the previous Pokemon and revolving around Sylveon's typing, in the number 4 spot, we have Titanion, aka the Steel evolution. A Steel type evolution could definitely be a possibility because of Sylveon's weakness to Steel. Is it a for certain confirmation? Of course not. I just feel that with Sylveon's weaknesses and typings it's strong against, it seems more like a possible type. Though I feel Steel is definitely a possibility, Poison to me has more of a story behind it. I will get more into that when Poison comes around. For Titanion stat-wise, I would put 130 in defense, 110 in HP, 95 in attack, 65 in special defense, 65 in special attack, and 60 in speed. It's definitely more of a physically defensive Pokemon, and of course it's slow because it's a Steel type. We got a Registeel Jr. here in the making. Oh yeah, and in case you didn't notice the name Titanion, Heirs of Scarlet, Titania, yeah, I love Fairy Tail. I stated in number 4 that I think a Poison type evolution has a bigger chance of being there than Steel, and here's why. Fairy in a sense symbolizes light, and Poison symbolizes evil. Poison typing acts as kind of a corruption typing, and it makes sense for Fairy typing because, in a sense, Fairy typing is like an innocent type. So I think a Poison type and Fairy type pairing is a lot more plausible than Steel and Fairy. Toxeon is a corrupt and evil little fox, and it lives in sewage waste plants, killing all the grass and nature around it. If I chose a way to evolve Eevee into Toxeon, it would be obviously involving Toxic. It would have to be Toxic Poison in order for this to work though. The goal would be to Toxic Poison Eevee. Not Poison, badly Poison. And it would evolve once it hits level 30 and above. I think that's a pretty toxic way of evolving Eevee, right? I feel bad for it, but we are looking for more new concepts and I think this could work. For a toxic Pokemon, why not give it toxic stats? I'm thinking 130 in special defense, 110 in HP, 95 in special attack, 65 in attack, 65 in defense, and 60 in speed. I figured with this evolution, I wanted to make it the opposite of the Steel type evolution and make it into a special defensive wall and have it specialize in special attacks. I see this Pokemon as a Garbodor kind of wall, except that it excels more in special attack than physical attack. Despite how toxic it looks, I love this design and I would really love a poison type evolution. I have wanted this evolution typing since I first discovered Eevee back in 1999. I love Eeveelutions in the typing of Dragon. Dragon is actually my favorite typing in all of Pokemon, and if we got my favorite typing revolved around my favorite Pokemon group, I'm not even kidding guys, I would probably change my mascot. I haven't thought of a name for it yet. I asked Dark and Windy for one, so he will give one to me and I will have my editor put the name and text on screen. So the place of origin for this Dragon design is Welsh based. I will say though, it looks majestic and I don't think Game Freak has really delved into a Welsh-based Pokemon at this point in time, so it would be great for them to try something new. Dragon typing also makes sense because of it being weak to Fairy, and Sylveon is obviously strong against Dragon types, so it kind of makes sense for a pairing. Sylveon was introduced first, and I remember the times when people thought there was going to be a Dragon-based evolution at some point. There's also the atmosphere of the new movie being based off wind and air. A Dragon evolution could actually fit this really well because essentially Dragon Pokemon fly and they get access to flying type moves. So this doesn't seem impossible neither. Dragons fly, Lugia flies. It kind of makes sense more or less. I would make it into a mixed attacker because we don't see a lot of mixed attacking evolutions, and Dragon typings are known for being able to attack on both sides most of the time. So it would have 130 in attack, 110 in special attack, 95 in speed, 65 in both special and physical defense, and 60 in HP. I think these stats are great for a Dragon type Pokemon, and I think it could do well in the ranks of other Dragon types like Flygon. For the newest Pokemon movie, we see that it has a lot to do with wind and air. I think the most possible evolution typing is none other than flying. Flying makes sense because it revolves around a lot with the new movie. There's also the fact that Eevee merchandise is being featured a lot more revolving around the new movie. Lugia is also being featured and all of the moves it knows are flying types. And the whole entire atmosphere of the movie is revolving around wind. I mean, I said it again, but wind. It revolves around wind. Arion over here is meant to look very similar to the movie as it has clouds around its body and it uses the air to give it that appearance. The design also reminds me a lot of Sesshomaru from Inuyasha in his full demon form. I want to make Arion a fast special attacker, so I would give it 130 special attack, 110 speed, 95 HP, 60 attack, 65 special defense, and 60 defense. I actually see Arion using a lot of special attacks like Air Slash, Air Cutter, and maybe even a brand new exclusive move for this evolution in commemoration of the movie. I see a flying type being the most possible though. It makes sense and I think it would be super cute with this concept in mind. Well, that pretty much wraps up the top 5 possible future evolutions. Eeveelutions are a huge fan favorite for Pokemon lovers worldwide, and they definitely make Pokemon a heck of a lot more appealing. Getting a new evolution really makes us all happy, and I seriously hope that we can get one for Generation 8. What do you guys think though? Do you think it's possible we can get a new evolution this generation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. If you want to support me further, consider following my Twitch where I stream a lot of Nintendo content such as Pokemon, Zelda, Fire Emblem, Mario, Splatoon, and even Dragon Ball FighterZ from time to time. Want to support me further and gain cool perks? Check out my Patreon. Caffeus and Fly Jubilee did, and I wanted to thank them personally for going above and beyond. It means the world to me. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm Mystic Umbreon, and I will see you in the future for some more awesome Pokemon content.